Well, I didn't get to show off my initial reaction to this, but welcome back to more Doki Doki Literature Club. Yeah, last time we started the game, got to know the girls, uh did the first of the poems, did the first of the poems, learned a bit about bonded a bit with Natsuki, uh read poems, shared poems, and yeah. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off, but I just want to show this off because this is something I didn't get my initial reaction to, because it only shows up after you hit the exit button in the game. You have this screen here. This is the menu screen of sorts. Here you can mess with the settings. Data collected 11%. You got all of the music that we'll be unlocking. I'm assuming we'll unlock more as we hear more songs. All of the pictures, not gonna really, well, I am gonna scroll through it a bit. Got the poems. There's like wallpapers. There's wallpapers we can go through. I'm actually gonna set Natsuki, cause yeah. You got all of the poems we can unlock, CGs. Actually, I'll set that because why not? Secrets, backgrounds, and sketches and promo stuff. Yeah, that's all new. Got a mail option apparently with an empty inbox. Files, not gonna click into that. Side stories, not gonna click into that either. I'm saving that for later. And then the final options we haven't gone over, obviously quit, which just exits out. And then DDLC, which takes us right into the game proper. That whole menu there is not in the original game. That's something exclusive to Plus, and I'm a little upset I didn't get my initial reaction to it. But, yeah. Now, we can pick up where we left off. Right here. Hint, you can use the skip button to fast forward to text you've already read. Picking up right where we left off after sharing poems with everyone. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. That was a little more stressful than anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monika are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's really about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. Trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Kazuma did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but it's been a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Kazuma liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... You just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Kazuma appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Kazuma started showing up. Natsuki? Natsuki, this doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly both girls turned towards me as if they just noticed I was standing there. Kazuma, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? You should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. I'm gonna explain that to her, Kazuma. Wait, there's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Kazuma? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing. Whomever I agree with, they'll probably think more highly of me. Of course it's going to be. I'm gonna show actually, I want to see if I can do this in this version or not. Hold on. So, you see how I can just sort of use my mouse to do this? You can also use the arrow keys to select between the options. Which is a good thing to note, by the way. This is something important you will need. This is an important tip to know for the future. You can use the arrow keys to switch between options. Trust me, you're gonna want to know that. Well, going off of instinct here, Yuri is right that we should use more that we have so many expressive words that we should try to use them and make something deep and meaningful, but you can also make something deep and meaningful with something simple, like Natsuki's trying to say here. I honestly would take the middle road between the two because both are kind of right here. But in all honesty, I don't think calling for Sayori is gonna be a good idea. Cause I know what happens if you do, though they probably changed some text. Cause you do gotta keep in mind that, oh man, I'm actually kind of torn on this. You know what, I'm gonna go Natsuki. Yuri, you're really talented. Well, but Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain and attempt to back myself up. And conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. Lets the reader's imagination take over. Natsuki's poem did a really good job at that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Haha. Shows how much you know. That's not Natsuki. I think that's enough. Huh? Me? She was so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing. Sharing it can definitely be hard. Looks like we learned that today. Even small criticisms can lead to something pretty heated. Glance over my shoulder. Sayori is nodding vigorously. Yeah, so you don't need to feel threatened. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that, barely audible. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. Face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel threatened either. Well, if you say so. Hey, it's not like you need to apologize for me, Kazuma. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. I sing about, Natsuki glances around the room, but everyone stops staring at me. Unsurprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it than she boasted. Sayori and Monika look away. Anyway, sing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, they're naturally beautiful, Sayori. That's not the point. That's not the point, Sayori. I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. I'm sure she appreciated it, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's ready to share his poems, right? I hope that it was worthwhile for everyone, especially you, Kazuma. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace from the lazing around we got a little too used to. Ah, so my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. Oh, not at all, not at all. There's still time before we go home. Okay. So, we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take the chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monika. Yeah, about what? That's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you're the vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monika is right. Being in the literature club means I can't spend all my day doing nothing, but in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, well, mostly. Kazuma, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. Maybe you learned something from your friends, too. Your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. And in luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. Nod to myself with newfound determination. Kazuma, ready to rock home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. It's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew. You know, Kazuma, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day's gonna be so much fun. Looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but do you really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. Said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, the next poem. I'm just gonna do the sort of same thing I did last time, to the best of my ability. Because, yeah, I like Natsuki the most out of the three. Explode. Why not? And then play Candy. But yeah, it's good to try to pick out words that work best for who you want. So the issue is it can oftentimes be a little difficult figuring out which those words are when it gets to stuff like this. But we can ultimately figure it out fairly easily. Especially, at least for Natsuki. There are some words that, as you can see, I've accidentally chosen for Sayori. But really, it's not that bad. I'm gonna pick suicide, which is for Yuri, because why not? And jump, and then the final one we'll go with is pink. Which we should have Natsuki again. Another day passes and it's time for the club meeting today. Club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi Kazuma. Yo Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't you take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why is that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse, trembles with the latch and gets it open. Turns it upside down, lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How do you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money to buy in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. Either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you've spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening in. Faces in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. I was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Cosmo to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. Did I just... I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. Doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think of that. You were right, though. I did something bad, now I have to accept the revolution. Retribution. That! Still, coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Cat! Ow! What was... A cookie. Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I prayed my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. I was just gonna give it to you. Then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It's totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs the cookie. Jeez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Oh. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Oh, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez. Beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. So I'm really happy you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki, then wraps her arms around her. Jeez, I get it. Still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Ooh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Jeez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monika, can you tell Sayori... Natsuki glances around. Monika is in the club room. Where's Monika anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. Hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do with the day. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? I don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more desirable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly, the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. Hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kinda just lost track of time. That makes no sense though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. Must not have heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monika. I don't, really. Kinda just started recently. Always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monika. Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Kazuma. Monika smiles sweetly. Ah, I didn't mean any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently. I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks! I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyway. Looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie, Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. So naturally, we'll go to that closet and do stuff with Natsuki. It's not long before Natsuki comes up to me expectantly. Yeah, don't worry, I kept my promise. I pulled the first volume of Parfait Girls out from my bag. Natsuki takes it from my hands and quickly turns it over, presumably to check for wrinkles. Hey, I'm not that careless. I own manga all the time, you know. I just wanted to make sure. Can you blame me for being paranoid? I don't give people my manga every day, you know. That's true. I don't blame you. Well, anyway, let me put this one back. I'm gonna get the next one, okay? Natsuki makes her way to the closet. I follow. So you're gonna tell me everything you thought, right? Where does this volume leave off again? I forget. Ah, the chapter ended when Minori and Alice found Monika! Natsuki's voice resonates out from inside the closet. Eh? I peer inside. All of Natsuki's books are lined up on the top shelf. Did you move my manga again? Sorry. Teacher got mad at me for taking up so much space in our closet. Had to move stuff around and clean up a bit. It's also there, I just had to organize it a bit. Top shelf is far above Natsuki's head. Makes a futile hop to figure out how to reach her manga. Jeez, it's so inconvenient. Moving these all back down. There's plenty of room on these shelves. And besides, they're really pretty to look at when they're all lined up. Why would you waste that on the top shelf? Natsuki? Ah, Natsuki, there's a stool on the wall there. Closet, there's a collapsible stool that hangs on the wall. If you want, I can reach up there and hand them to you. I can get them myself. Natsuki grabs the stool from the wall and unfolds it. Think I'm too short or something? I mean, I knew it. Well, you know what? Just watch me. Natsuki hops on the stool, which ends up being a little wobbly because of its collapsible design. Careful. I know what I'm doing. Standing on the stool, Natsuki's fingertips reach the top shelf. Still would be enough for me to easily grab the books, but Natsuki is being stubborn, as usual. Natsuki used her fingers to scoot one of the smaller boxes to the edge of the shelf. See? Box suddenly tips. Natsuki barely catches it before it falls to the floor. Stool wobbles. Losing balance, Natsuki hops off the stool. Thankfully, she was able to stay on her feet. She holds the box triumphantly. There. Having almost fell, Natsuki is a bit shaken up. Jeez, no need to prove yourself to me. There's no way you'll be able to get the bigger boxes like that. I can reach them, so I said I can do it. I don't want your help, okay? I'm gonna get a chair, so just hang on. Natsuki forces her way past me out of the closet. Let's see. Classroom chairs have the desks attached, so they're too inconvenient to fit into the closet. Aha! Natsuki trots over to the teacher's desk, which has a computer chair behind it. She rolls it on its wheels back over to the closet. It's a little dangerous since the chair swivels and rolls. What have I already learned my lesson, so I keep my mouth shut. Shh. Natsuki climbs on the chairs and slowly bounces onto her feet. Since she rears my help, I take a seat with my back against the side of the doorway and simply watch. Ah, there we go. See, I can easily do it now. Natsuki grabs a stack of manga and bends down to put it on the shelf below. The chair swivels. Natsuki catches herself on the shelf. What are you doing? Can you at least hold the chair steady instead of sitting and doing nothing? Who was it who told me not to help? yeah, I gotcha. I hold the chair while Natsuki reaches back up. I can almost see her skirt. God, I force myself to turn away. I seriously didn't think this through. When she realizes I'll be dead. Natsuki wraps her arms around the Parfait Girls box set. And easily the largest one on the shelf. Heavy. Hey, Kazuma. I don't think I can bend down without falling. Hurry and take this one. Then I have to let go of the chair. It's fine. Just for 1 sec. Hurry up. Alright. Just stand up. Slowly release my grip from the chair. What do you mean, stand up? Natsuki looks down at me. Why are you all the way back? Natsuki looks like she just realized something, but she'll lose balance if she moves. Natsuki's box. What are you looking at? Trying to look at my... Natsuki's legs shake. I'm not, I was just... Natsuki, don't try to move. Just give me the box. You pervert. Set me up. Go away. Get out. But I'll do it myself. The chair suddenly swivels beneath Natsuki's feet. Natsuki! Scene turns into chaos in a split second. Chair flies from under Natsuki's feet. Frankly, I try to catch her. Box topples out of her hands and books go flying. Gotcha! Full force of Natsuki's body against me throws me to the ground. A whole bunch of books pelt me in the face. She tries to shield herself with her own arms as her face lands straight on my chest. My right arm and my back seriously felt the impact. Slowly Natsuki comes to her senses. She presses her arm straight into me to prop herself up. Natsuki seems to realize it's not the floor beneath her. Gross. Fist pounds into my chest. Natsuki then hoists herself to her feet. What were you thinking, you sicko? Everything okay over there? I heard a loud noise. Monika suddenly peers in. Monika! See what happens when you put the manga on the top shelf? You trying to kill your club members or something? Jeez. Sorry. Oh, and one more thing. Seems like your most recent club member here is a total perv. So I hope you're happy. I didn't... Somehow it's impossible for me to explain this whole bizarre situation to Monika. I didn't do anything, I swear. I know, don't worry. Monika says that quietly to me. Looks like I'm off the hook. Oh no, my. I look down. Natsuki's kneeling on the floor, holding one of the books that are scattered all over. The large diagonal crease along the page she's desperately trying to smooth out. It must have landed on the page. She tries a bit more to fix the crease, but she can't get it out. And she gives up, slams the book shut, and throws it to the floor. Instead of continuing to yell, she just lowers her head. Natsuki, are you... No! Natsuki's voice squeaks. See tears on her face. I'll get the crease out, okay? Partially my fault, so... Natsuki shakes her head, still looking down. No, I don't even care that much. I'm just... having a really bad day today. Natsuki sobs again. I didn't mean to take it out on you. I really didn't mean to. It's fine. Is there anything you want to talk about? Natsuki shakes her head. Just... every day. So hard. Just want to come to the club and... Natsuki falls silent again. Can't press her, so I can only do what I know how to do. Alright. Well, I'll help clean this up. And I'll move the rest of your manga for you. Pick up volume 2 of Parfait Girls. We'll set this one aside. This will help you cheer up a bit, right? And get started on it once I'm done here. Natsuki looks up with her glossy eyes. Her lip quivers. You're really nice to me. That sounds really strange coming from Natsuki. Didn't expect it at all. Well, I'm just treating you like a friend, you know? Natsuki lowers her head and stifles another sob. Not sure what happened to her today, but being nice is the least I can do. Next couple of minutes are silent between us as I begin gathering the scattered books. Make sure to slip them into the box in the correct order. After a little bit, Natsuki starts helping. It isn't long before we're done, and I hoist the box onto the shelf where Natsuki wanted to put it. Then I get still and quickly finish moving the rest of her books from the top shelf. Alright, that should do it. I hop off the stool. Natsuki averts her gaze. Thanks. It's nothing. Natsuki is holding the volume I set aside in her hands. Alright, I'm ready. Good. Even if you weren't, I'd make you anyway. Taking responsibility for what you said. This thing about cheering me up. If you insist. Sitting in the same spot as last time, and I open the second volume. Natsuki's move quickly improves, laughing and pointing things out to me. She's surprisingly sharp, making note of a lot of the subtle repeated chokes and background elements. And I'm pretty impressed by everything ties together in this manga. I guess Natsuki has good taste after all. After some time, Monika gets our attention as usual, and it's time to share poems again. Guess I'll be holding on to this for now. Yep. Even you sound more enthusiastic this time. Well, I'm starting to get into it, you know. Told you. Yeah. I returned to my seat and slipped the book into my bag. Alright. Poem time. As I said, it is the usual case. Monika first. Hi again, Kazuma. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. Want to share what you wrote for today? Hey? Sure, here you go. I'll give my poem to Monika. Alright, it's pretty good. You've been spending some time with Natsuki, haven't you? Just like her writing style. Yeah. I think it's a neat way to tell a story. I don't disagree. Natsuki's poems may be cute, but they're also meaningful. I can see why you'd be into that style. Guess that means you're not as much of a fan of Yuri's poems then. I wouldn't say that. Kinda like everyone's poems. That's true, but I'm sure you like some more than others, right? Like Yuri's use of complex words and symbolism, or Sayori's way of expressing happiness or sadness in a more direct way. You must have some kind of preference, don't you? It's not that it's a contest or anything. I was just curious, that's all. But anyway, I'm gonna read my poem now. I like the way this one's turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Ah, yeah, okay, this one. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors. Flashing, expanding, piercing. Red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise that won't stop. Violent, grating waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing, sine, cosine, tangent, like playing a chalkboard on a turntable, like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I've never really seen before, I guess. I kinda like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract or as a physical expression of a feeling. Or a conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. That happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? That's my advice for today. Good old fucking game tips with Monika. Thanks for listening. And of course I gotta go with Natsuki next. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. Now she must have read it more than once. Is it that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay? There, I said it. This wasn't supposed to happen at all. Can't you just be bad at this? My poem's supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me? Obviously. Think I'd let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine? Give me a break. Well, in that case, what's the problem with me trying to impress you? I'll tell you, Natsuki's face freezes, like she just realized something. You're trying to impress me? Natsuki vigorously scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Kazuma. Did you do something, Natsuki? Saw her rush out like that. Didn't do anything terrible, did you? No, I just told her that my voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monika I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monika sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She comes over it a second time, her smile not fading from her face. I see. First I just thought you liked her writing style, but you wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, didn't she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm impressed you know her taste so well already. Are you sure you're not cheating, Kazuma? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monika's joke at all. Anyway, what do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It's just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes back and snatches the poem out of Monika's hands. Neither of us know to re-enter the classroom. Did you read this, Monika? Of course, I liked it. You should really stop reading things that aren't for you, you know? You have a bad habit of doing that. Huh? But Cosmo wrote this poem. And we're supposed to share with everyone, right? And I already share it with you, Monika, so stop. Natsuki freezes. Apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Cosmo's done sharing this poem with everyone. Sounds like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just gonna hold on to this. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Natsuki, I'll give you the poem, but that's still not very fair to Sayori. She hasn't gotten to read it yet. So what? Well, I guess Cosmo is right, Natsuki. It's not fair if you don't let anyone finish reading it. Fine. Natsuki returns my poem. Not like she's gonna like it, though. Anyway, read my poem now. And no, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Oh boy, this one. Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her sing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders, that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg, really bad. Amy helped me and hooked me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if a friend starts to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross. She's gross. World's better off without spider lovers, and I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. Didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. But the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with simpler analogies. It helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like, anyone would agree that the subject of the poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course. It's about everyone thinks that doesn't matter. It can be about anything. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or a guilty pleasure. Something that you're afraid if people found out they'd make fun of you or think less of you. But that just makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? Based Natsuki! I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. I'm sure a lot of other people can too. You know, I'm glad you can appreciate this kind of writing. I mean, I know I was talking about that yesterday, but I've been enjoying sharing my writing with you, so consider yourself lucky, okay? Well, thanks for being honest. What's that supposed to mean? I'm always honest. Jeez. Just look forward to tomorrow too, okay? Alright, I will. And this is showing more of why I like Natsuki. Even if she is got the tsundere trope as her base, she's much more than that, and it's great. And honestly, there's a lot more stuff being shown in this that's like, a lot of the new dialogue and change dialogue is better showing this to people this early in the game, as opposed to having to wait for later in the game to actually see more of like what Natsuki is really like, and like why she is the way she is, and like explaining and like showing more of, hey, there's more to Natsuki than just the tsundere shite. It's great. Yuri. Are you still mad at me? For disrespecting Natsuki yesterday? Reading this poem, now I know why you got mad at me. Because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. And when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so stupid? Always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. When I speak without thinking, things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monika wants, but it's not fair to you when you could be enjoying your time with Natsuki and Sayori. Yuri, please, it makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on the desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her, but it's as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sigh to myself. All I can do is accept that's how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide by that request. And we don't even get to see her poem. Let's talk with Sayori. Oh, I like this one, Cosma. It has some nice feelings in it. Ah, I'm glad. That means it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful, you know. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad. But that's why I just go by my heart. It makes me feel things, and it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Why don't you at least try giving it some thought? You want to write something for me? That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you always think about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Eh? Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? That's what I'm looking for. Bittersweet. Yeah. I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad? I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. Sometimes, when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help give the rain cloud a little hug and make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. Eh, it is? I'm getting better at expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Cosma. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. Secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. I put the bottle on the shelf with all of the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts and bottles all in a row. The collection makes me a lot of friends. Makes me lots of friends. Each bottle is starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, to more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hidden in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. Doesn't feel like time elapse. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done. I open up and in come my friends. And they come in such a hurry. I want my bottles that much. Frankly, pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. Every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, and shards all over the floor. It's supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap! Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was gonna write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monika taught me a whole lot, and I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. It's almost kinda creepy. Creepy? Well, not exactly. It's because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Aw, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? Hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori's always had a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be pessimistic. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Not like we're gonna put together anything good in just a few days. Just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's the concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori's has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually gonna do for the event. Sorry. Thought you heard about it already. We're gonna be performing. Performing? Monika, yeah, we're gonna have a poetry performance. Each of us is gonna choose a poem to recite during the event. The cool part is we're also gonna let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monika? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you think that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea, but I didn't sign up for this, you know? There's no way I'm gonna be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. Could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys. No, Sayori, I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's odd to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. Guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But, I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. Start the event and each put on a good performance, then it'll inspire others to do the same. The more people perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone what literature is all about. Yeah! It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Oh man, I have been talking like non-stop for nearly 50 minutes. Okay. Well, I'm enjoying this a lot. It's just a lot of talking, and talking is not a good thing to do for long periods of time for me. Okay. It's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. Guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monika have been trying really hard to get new members. What we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. Guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. I'm gonna practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monika, this is too sudden. If you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monika flips through her notebook to the specific poem she has in mind for herself, then stands behind the podium. This poem is The Way They Fly. Monika begins reciting her poem. Clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing her the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply natural? She glances around at me, and has their eyes on Monika. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monika finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monika takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monika. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri's all fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. With her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. The poem's called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called... After image of a crimson eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. From words transformed into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in the structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. It must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside her head. Suddenly, she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. Also, I'd like to say this whole section here with them reciting poems in front of each other now for the festival did not happen in the original game. This is a surprise to me, and I'm liking it. It's up to me to save the situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. To applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks to the podium. One's called my meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori? It's a lot harder than I thought. You guys do it so easily. Try not to think of it like you were saying to other people. And you're saying it to yourself, like in front of a mirror in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made a perfect match. Poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. Hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Kazuma liked it. Guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? Came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits in really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well as with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. Might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. Next time I'm gonna make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. I don't have much time for the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Kazuma. It's not like I can compare it to you guys anyway. Might as well let Kazuma lowers everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Natsuki? It's fine. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. When his eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward, I recite my poem. I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. At that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. I'm not really as good as anyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah, I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. Poem's called... It's called... Why are you all looking at me? Because you're presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. She starts reciting a poem, her standard attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little enthused, your poem has wisdom and rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style and works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. Words feel like they bounce up and down as if giving life to the poem. She finishes and everyone applauds. She hops back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. Put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... I guess that, in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. Might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? God, my throat is hurting. This series is gonna be the death of me, I fucking swear. How much I have to fucking talk for it, but... I'm willing to put up with the pain. I am so willing to put up with the pain, because I love this game, and going through this is just making me fall in love with it again. I love all the little changes, and it feels so much more natural. It's great. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. Should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. Makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. Working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As is the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. I can do this. Alright. Stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monika, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club, and for impressing Monika. But I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two, always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys, don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Kazuma, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. I'll go home with Sayori once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have already changed. Today, Sayori's a little quieter than usual on the way home. Hey, Sayori. Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. Just thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. Let's just say that one day Natsuki asked to walk home with her. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? Kinda putting me on the spot here. Well, now comes the tough choice. Because on the one hand, Natsuki, I like Natsuki. She's my favorite out of the three. But on the other hand, in my opinion, like, relationship and wise with Sayori, I view Sayori as best friend. And if I were to be in a relationship with someone and they had me have to pick between them or my best friend IRL, I'd actually go with my best friend, because, yeah, she's been my friend for a long time, and well, I use the term best friend, but really it's more of closest friend would be the term. She's been my friend for a long time, and we've been through a lot together, and it would feel wrong abandoning her. I mean, she's helped me out, I've done my best to help her out. Yeah. So, in this situation, I'd probably still go with Sayori. Sayori, you really think I'd ditch you for Natsuki? Eh? But, so cute and fun to be around. Jeez. I already see you in the club every day. Besides, you always seem to really like going home together. I wouldn't just ruin that for you. You're so silly, Kazuma. Think about me too much sometimes. Natsuki would deserve it if she wanted it, so... Sayori, I already made up my mind. I really can't figure out sometimes. Sorry. Besides, what's the point in speculating something that's never gonna happen? Conversation trails off. It's a kind of weird thing for Sayori to care so much about. But I want to respect her and keep her happy too. Then again, the festival is only a few days away. Who knows what will happen that time? And I'm gonna save here. Actually, no, I'll save in a new slot. I'm gonna save here. Let's go back to the desktop. No new mail. We did get a new picture of... Well, a few new pictures. We got Sayori's second poem. Natsuki's second poem. And Monika's second poem. We did not get Yuri's second poem. But we also got, Natsuki's, CG, so... Natsuki's second CG, so... Yeah. They also show, the, acquisition, prerequisite. And no new backgrounds, no sketches, no promo. We did get a new song, which I don't know which one it is. I think it's this one. I think it's Daijobu. I'm gonna set that on loop. We can also make playlists out of it. But I'm gonna have Daijobu playing because why not? It's pretty good. But yeah, yeah. With that, we finished yet another episode of Doki Doki Literature Club Plus. Next time, we'll be continuing more with the story, working more on Natsuki's route, and preparing for the festival. So like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff if you really want to, and like my terrible content for any reason at all. And I suppose we'll see those of you that I'll see next time, I guess. Farewell.